Hello students, once again welcome you to GK's maths classes. Today in continuation with the applications of differentiation, we are going to do the next unit of application of differentiation, that is rate of change. Okay, this will generally come for 1 mark, or it can come for 2 marks maximum. Very rarely it will come for a 3-mark question. So this is a chapter where you can expect a 1-mark question and a 2-mark question generally. If you are lucky, you may get a 3-mark question, and it is a very simple chapter. So let's straight away get inside this. So now, what is rate? Rate means time. Okay, so rate of change. So when I say rate of change, that means change that takes place with respect to time. For example, if I talk about displacement, and if I say change in displacement, rate of change of displacement with respect to time, rate of change of displacement with respect to time means ds by dt. Okay, so rate of change means something that changes, a variable that changes with respect to time. It's called rate of change, but change can take place with respect to any variable. Okay, but here in particular, if it is with respect to time, you call it rate of change. Okay, now let's go do some problems and then we'll see what we can do. Find the rate of change of area of a circle with respect to its radius. So here he has said, he is asking me to find the change in area with respect to radius. Suppose if it doesn't mention this word with respect to radius, that means the change has to be measured with respect to time. But here I don't have to do the change of area with respect to time, but I have to find change of area with respect to radius, because it is very specifically given that you want to measure the change in area with respect to its radius. Okay, now what is area of a circle? Area of a circle is pi r square. Now change in area with respect to radius, change in area dA by, with respect to what? With respect to radius. So the differentiation will be 2 pi r. Differentiation of r is 2r. Now he has said first subdivision, radius is 3 centimeter. So dA by dr will be 2 pi into 3. So answer is 6 pi. I think the unit is centimeter square by centimeter. Both are centimeters, so they get cancelled. So answer is centimeters. Okay. Now if you the for second subdivision, in place of r you put 4. That's all. I don't think it's difficult. Okay, let's go to the next question. Find the volume of a cube is increasing. The volume of a cube is increasing at the rate of, he has not said increasing with respect to what. He has made it very clear the increase is happening with respect to time. So the volume of a cube is increasing, that is dV by dt is 8 centimeter cube per second. This is given to you. This is what is given. How fast is the surface area? Surface area of the cube is increasing. I want to know how fast the surface area is increasing. When the edge is 12 centimeter. Okay. Now what is actually volume of a cube? Volume of a cube is x cube. If I take x as the edge of the cube. Now what is change in volume? dV by dt equal to 3x square, and differentiation of x is dx by dt. Now what is dV by dt given as? dV by dt is given as 8 equal to 3x square into dx by dt. So from this you can find dx by dt, which is nothing but 8 by 3x square. So let it be there. I call this as 1. Now what is surface area of a cube? Surface area of a cube is 6x square. I want to find the change in surface area. So ds by dt. ds by dt is what? 12x into dx by dt, which is 12x into, now what is dx by dt? From 1 It is 8 by 3x square. Now x and x cancels. So I get 12 into 8 by 3x. But what is the edge given as? The edge is given as 12. So they get cancelled. I get 8 by 3. Surface area is centimeter square and time is given in seconds. So centimeter square per second. Simple question. Let's go to the next question. The radius of a circle is increasing uniformly. The radius of a circle is increasing uniformly. So dr by dt is increasing uniformly at the rate of 3 centimeters per second. The radius is slowly increasing. He wants to know at what rate is the area increasing. So it's very, very simple. So what is area of a circle formula? Pi r square. Now what is dA by dt? dA by dt is 2 pi r into dr by dt. So this is 2 pi r. Now what is dr by dt? dr by dt is given as 3. So it will be 6 pi r. Now what is radius? Radius is given as 10. So the answer is 60 pi centimeter square per second. 2 pi r is 10, dr by dt is 3. So when you calculate, you get 60 pi centimeter square per second. Simple, isn't it? Now, the edge of a variable cube is increasing at the rate of 3 centimeters per second. The edge is increasing at the rate of 3 centimeters per second. I'll take the edge as x. How fast is the volume of the cube increasing? What is volume of a cube formula? X cube. So dV by dt equal to 3x square into dx by dt. Therefore, this is 3x square into, what is dx by dt? dx by dt is 3. So I get 9 into, my x is given as 10. Here x is 10. So it will become 100. So the answer is 900 centimeter cube per second. So dV by dt is 900 centimeter cube per second. All very short and very simple questions. Okay. Now, a stone is dropped into a quiet lake. Okay, let us say this is a lake, for example. Okay, a stone is dropped into a quiet lake, and the waves move in circles. So, when I drop a stone here, this is the wave. The ripples, it keeps moving. So, the ripples are in the form of a circle, right? So, the radius is changing. So, at what speed it is changing? It is very clearly given. The radius is changing at the rate of 5 centimeter per second. So when the radius is changing, automatically the area will also change. He wants me to find that change in area. So what is area here? It is nothing but a circle. So what is dA by dt? dA by dt will be 2 pi r into dr by dt. Therefore this is 2 pi. What is r? R is 5. And dr by dt will be, r is 8. And dr by dt will be 5. So it is 40, it is 80 pi centimeter square per second. 80 pi centimeter square per second. In the exam, if they give pi as 22 by 7, use 22 by 7. If they give pi as 3.14, you write 3.14. Otherwise, leave the answer as pi itself. Okay. The radius of a circle is increasing at the rate of, radius of a circle is increasing at the rate of 0.7 centimeters per second. At what rate is the circumference? What is circumference formula? Circumference is nothing but 2 pi r. So what is dc by dt? dc by dt is 2 pi into differentiation of r will be dr by dt. So it is 2 pi, r is 0.7. Okay. So here what I will do, I will write pi as 22 by 7 because this is a multiple of 7. So it's easy to cancel. And this is 7 by 10. 7 gets cancelled. So you get 44 by 10. So the calculation is 4.4 centimeter per second. Why centimeter? Circumference is in centimeter, time is in seconds. So centimeter per second. So you have to know where to use 22 by 7. If you have a multiple of 7, it's easy to cancel. So I use 22 by 7. Otherwise I would have left the answer as pi itself. Now, the length of a rectangle is decreasing. If I take the rectangle, I take the rectangle length as L and breadth as B. He says that the length is decreasing. So dl by dt. How do I represent decrease? I'll put a minus sign. Centimeter per minute. And the width is increasing. So db by dt. dB by dt, since it is increasing, I'll put 4 centimeter per minute. Okay. Find the rate of change of first subdivision is perimeter. The first subdivision is perimeter. What is perimeter formula? 2x plus 2y. So dp by dt will be 2 times dx by dt plus 2 times dy by dt. Okay. Now this is 2 times. What is dx by dt? Dx by, I mean this should have been, I'm sorry, this is L and this is B. This should have been 2L and this will be 2B. To avoid confusion. So dl by dt is minus 5 and db by dt is 4. So the answer is minus 10 plus 8. Therefore it is minus 2 centimeter per minute. So this minus sign indicates what? That perimeter is decreasing. Decreasing at 2 centimeters per minute. Okay. Now what about the area? Area will be length into breadth. Area of a rectangle is length into breadth. Now what is dA by dt? dA by dt will be L into dB by dt plus B into dl by dt. I am using product rule. I just use product rule. Now you have said your length. I should have taken it as x and y. I'll change this to L and I'll change this to B. Okay. It is given that L is 8 and dB by dt is 4 and it is given that B is 6 and dl by dt is minus 5. So this is 32 minus 30, therefore this is 2 centimeters square per minute. Since it is positive, you can say area is increasing at the rate of 2 centimeters square per minute. So here perimeter decreases, area increases. Okay. The next question, a balloon which is always spherical on inflation. So when I blow the balloon, the shape of the balloon is a sphere, is pumped in with 900 cubic centimeter of gas per second. That means volume, cubic centimeters. So volume is 900 centimeter cube per second. Now find the rate of change of radius. So I want to find dr by dt. When do I have to find dr by dt? When my radius is 15 centimeter. Now what is volume of a spherical balloon? It is nothing but 4 by 3 pi r cube. Now differentiate. What is dv by dt? dv by dt will be 4 by 3 pi. Differentiation of r cube will be 3 r square dr by dt. Now what is dv by dt given as? dv by dt is given as 900 equal to 3 gets cancelled. So you get by 4 pi r square dr by dt. Now what is dr by dt? Dr by dt will be 900 divided by 4 into pi into r square. R square is 15 into 15. 15 into 15. Now here 15 will go 6 times. And here 15 will go 4 times. And again 4 gets cancelled. So you get answer as 1 by 5 centimeter per, what's the time per second. Okay, very simple calculation. Okay, a balloon which always remains spherical has a variable radius. Find the rate of change of its volume. Volume is when the radius is 10 centimeter. A balloon which always remains spherical has a variable radius. Find the rate at which its volume is increasing with the radius when the later is 10 centimeters. So, what is volume of a cube? Volume of a cube is 4 by, so volume of a sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. He is asking me to find change in volume with respect to radius. So, he is not asking me to find dV by dt, but I have to find dV by dr, which is 4 by 3 pi. R cube is 3r square. I don't have to do dr by dt because I am differentiating with respect to r. So they get cancelled. I get 4 pi r square. R square is 10. So the answer is 400 pi centimeter cube by centimeter, which can be cancelled. You can write it as centimeter square. Okay, now this is a very important sum. A ladder 5 meters long is leaning against a wall. A ladder 5 meters long is leaning against a wall. So let me take a diagram. So this is my ground. This is my ground, and this is the wall. This is the wall, and this is the ladder. Let me change the color of the ladder, and this is the ladder. The ladder is of constant length. Okay. Now, what is the length of the ladder? The ladder is 5 meters long. 5 meters long. The bottom of the ladder is pulled along the ground, away from the wall at the rate of. The bottom of the ladder is pulled along the ground. So that means you are holding it here and you are pulling it away from this, away from the wall. You are holding the bottom and pulling it away from the wall. So if I take this distance as x, if I take this distance as y, then it is said that dx by dt is 2 centimeter per second. If I pull this, x is increasing 2 centimeters per second. Now, how fast is the highway? So when I pull this ladder from here, obviously this portion will drop down, right? It will drop. So y has to decrease. So what is the connection? X square plus y square equal to 25. Pythagoras theorem. Now differentiate. This is 2x into dx by dt plus 2y into dy by dt equal to 0, because 25 differentiation is 0. Now 2 can be cancelled. You get x into dx by dt plus y into dy by dt equal to 0. Now what is x given us? How fast is the height of the wall decreasing when the foot of the ladder is 4 meters away from? So it is given that x is 4. So when x is 4, by Pythagoras theorem y is 3, correct? So this is 4. Now dx by dt, it is given in terms of centimeters per second. I have to convert it to meters. How do I convert it to meters? Divide by 100, 0.02. okay, meters per second, plus y. What is y? Y is 3, and I have to find dy by dt. So dy by dt equal to 0.08 divided by 3 with a minus sign, meters per second. So the negative sign indicates that y decreases at the rate of minus 0.08 by 3 meters per second. Be careful with these units, okay? Since it is given centimeters, have to convert it to meters, because every other data is given in terms of meters. Otherwise, if this has been in meters, things would have been much more simpler. Okay. Now, a very important question. A particle moves along the curve 6y equal to, he says that it moves along the curve 6y equal to x cubed plus 2. Find the coordinate, find the point on the curve such that y coordinate is changing. Y coordinate is changing means dy by dt. Now how is y coordinate changing? Y coordinate is changing 8 times as fast as the x coordinate. Y coordinate is changing 8 times as fast as the x coordinate. Okay. So from this it's very clear that dy by dx equal to 3. You can just think that dt and dt cancels, so dy by dx is 8. So just go here and differentiate. This is 6 into dy by dx. And what is differentiation of x cube? It is 3x square. Differentiation of 2 is 0. Now what is dy by dx? Dy by dx is 8. So I get x square equal to 16. Therefore x is equal to 2 or minus 2. So when x is 2, what is y? 6y equal to 8 plus 2. So y equal to 5 by 3. It's correct, right? X is, I'm sorry, this is 4. Plus or minus 4. So it is 4 cube is 64. So it is 66. So y is 11. So the point is 4, 11. Or when x is minus 4, 6y equal to minus 64 plus 2. So 6y equal to minus 62. So y equal to minus 31 by 3. So the point is minus 4 comma minus 31 by 3. So there are 2 points. One is 4 comma 11, other one is minus 4 comma minus 31 by 3. Very, very simple but very, very important question. Sometimes instead of using the word y coordinate, they will use the word ordinate. And instead of using x coordinate, they'll use the word abscissa. Okay, so I hope you know the difference. Okay. Now, the radius of an air bubble is increasing at the rate of half centimeter per second. At what rate is the volume of the bubble increasing when the radius is 1 centimeter? The radius of an air bubble is in the shape of a sphere. So dr by dt, it is given that dr by dt is half centimeter per second. At what rate is the volume? What is volume? Volume will be 4 by 3 pi r cube. We are assuming that the air bubble is in the shape of a sphere. It is not given, but that is the closest that I can get, which is 4 by 3 pi 3 r square into dr by dt. Now dv by dt I want to find. So it is 3 gets cancelled. 4 pi r square. What is dr by dt? Dr by dt is 1 by 2. So they get cancelled. You get 2 pi r square. Now radius is given as 1. So the answer is 2 pi centimeter cube per second. Very simple. Just mere calculation. It's not at all difficult. Okay, next one. The balloon which always remains spherical has a variable diameter. So the diameter of the balloon is 3 by 2 into 2x plus 1. So what is the radius of the balloon? 3 by 4 into 2x plus 1. Find the rate of change of volume with respect to x. So what is volume? 4 by 3 pi r cube. What is r cube? 3 cube by 4 cube into 2x plus 1 the whole cube, right? 4 by 3 pi r cube. So this will be 4 gets cancelled, 3 gets cancelled, I get 9 by 16 pi. Now what is differentiation of this? That you will do it separately. Dv by dx. Why do I find dv by dx? So that is what is asked. So this is 9 by 16 pi. And what is differentiation of 2x plus 1 whole cube? 2x plus 1 whole cube is 3 into 2x plus 1 the whole square into 2. I am using chain rule. 3 into 2x plus 1 whole square into 2. Now this will be 2 gets cancelled, you get 8. So I get 27 pi by 8 into 2x plus 1 the whole square. Okay, I think it's very simple. Now, important, very important question. Okay, very important sum. Make a note of it. Sand is pouring from a pipe at the end. Let us say this is a pipe, and from this the sand is pouring. At what rate is it pouring? It is pouring at the rate of 12 centimeter cube per second. It is volume. Volume is coming out. dV by dt. And when the sand falls, it forms a heap on the ground, which is in the shape of a cone. Right? Where this is the radius of the cone, and this is the height of the cone. And he says that there is a condition that it always have the height of the cone equal to r by 6. Height of the cone is r by 6. All this is given to you. Now how fast is the, he wants to find dh by dt. Okay. Now what is volume of a cone? Volume of a cone is 1 by 3 pi r square h. Since I want to find dh by dt, I am not interested in the radius. I want to get rid of my radius. Now how do I get rid of the radius? R is nothing but 6h. So this is volume equal to pi by 3 into 36h cube. Now differentiate. What is dV by dt? dV by dt will be pi by 3 into 36 into 3h square into dh by dt. 3h square into dh by dt. 3 gets cancelled. Now what is dV by dt given as? dV by dt is given as 12. And what is remaining? I have pi, and I have 36, and I have h square. So now from this, what is dh by dt? dh by dt is, they get cancelled. You get 1 by 3 pi, and now h is 4. So h is 4. If h is 4, h square will be 16. So the answer is 1 by 48 pi. Unit will be centimeter per second. Very simple, but stop with this class. I hope you have understood these problems. If you have any queries, you can always put your doubt in the comment section. I will definitely get back to you. Okay, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get notifications of videos that I post. Hope these videos are very useful to you. See you again in the next class. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.